Hey guys, Deja Vu here, and I am back after a couple weeks. I was out on vacation. I was on the other side of the world, and yeah, just vacation with my family, visiting some other family and things like that. So I've been gone for a couple weeks, but I'm back now. So it appears that a lot of stuff has happened in the 2 weeks that I was gone. SC2 beta came out, and which I unfortunately do not have, and apparently it's also virtually impossible to get VODs now right as they come out, so we have to wait because John747 account is kind of like something happens. He can't get Pro League up anymore, like he lost his streamer or something like that. So we don't get pro games out quite as quickly as we used to. So we kind of have to wait for Team Liquid's Navaki account, which I don't know how long they take. They usually take about a day or two to get up. Whereas John747, you can pretty much depend on being up within a day. It's pretty awesome. And so I just went through and I went to Navaki account, went for the last day he's uploaded, I don't know, 10 games or something like that. So I went and grabbed the ones that had the biggest names in them. I didn't really care who was playing or what teams were playing or what the scores were or anything. So if you did want to see a full set, I'll probably do a full series STX versus Woongjin Stars maybe today or tomorrow whenever that gets uploaded, because I do kind of want to watch all those games, so I'll probably do that series. Otherwise, I'm just going to do 4 games that had big names in it. And the first one here is going to be Bisu and Flash on Roadrunner, so this should be pretty cool. Unfortunately, there's no way to really hide the score at the top, I'm assuming, unless you guys do what I do and put a little paper there, but I didn't do that before I looked. So it is 3 SKT and 1 KT roster, so it looks like they waited and waited to pull Flash out, and they brought him in as the last defense for KT, and he's gonna have to go against, I assume, everyone for SKT. SKT can throw the world at him pretty much. I don't know who he knocked off earlier, but yeah, he's gonna have his work cut out for him if he's gonna try and get essentially almost a reverse all kill here. He's gonna have to get 3 more wins here. I don't know if he already has one or not. And they are kind of at near positions here for Roadrunner. I haven't actually seen too many PVTs on this map in terms of longer style. I've seen Firebet Hero play a couple games on here, where he was just going for 4 factory pushes real early, pretty much all in, and that sort of thing. So haven't really seen a traditional normal PVT on this map, and we'll see if we get to see that kind of thing here. Flash is coming out quite early, getting that SCV scout in right in there, seeing the near positions and everything, and looks like pretty standard play from both players right now. 1 SCV on gas for Flash as well. Core going up for Bisu, everything pretty standard, and yeah, this should be a lot of fun. This definitely has the potential to turn into a longer game. Expect to see Bisu try and wear Flash down. I think if Bisu was thinking, I don't know if SKT's really thought this through, but if SKT was really thinking about this, they would try and make these games as long as livingly possible. If Bisu had the choice, there's no way that Bisu should be going for anything like DTs or any sort of fast rush builds. He should absolutely be going to try and pull this game as long as possible. Try and win at, I don't know, the 17-minute mark or something like that would be his first real window where he would maybe want to try and get for a win. Otherwise, if he can push this game to 25, 30 minutes, even if he loses, wears Flash down a little bit, the SKT will have a couple more chances still at him. So all the SKT players that play Flash in this kind of situation, really all players that are playing someone who's trying to do a reverse all kill, I think they should always go for longer macro strategies and just try and wear their opponent out. Playing 3 long games is extremely difficult to do. It can really work to your advantage if you, for your team's advantage, if you just try and wear your opponent down. It does look like we're going to see a Robo from Bisu. We'll see whether this is for an Observer build and a Fast Expo, which is what I would like to see, or if he's actually going to go Reavers here. Looks like Flash might actually be doing an FD build here. We got a lot of Marines already out. Probably going to see a tank produced shortly. I saw the factory. Didn't actually check for the machine shop or not. We'll see if there is a tank has been produced yet. Other than that, looks pretty normal here, and it looks like it's actually going to be, there's the command center, so it's a, yeah, that's cool. We got a little push coming out here from Flash. It looks about 6 Marines and a tank and a command center being thrown up behind. So this is going to be kind of an FD push coming out here, so very, very good by for Flash. Going to be able to get his expansion out very, very easily, and doesn't actually look like he's even pushing out, just using those units defensively. So I guess this isn't really going to be too much of a push for him. Just going to try and get an economic lead. And since Bisu hasn't thrown up his Nexus yet, it could actually work. And that SCV coming in there, not actually going to get the scout out, not actually going to see that the Nexus hasn't been thrown down quite yet. But there it is. And when bases go up at the same time for Terran and Protoss, definitely it's a Terran advantage right now. And we got Spider Mines out ready for in case Bisu was to do a DT build. I think that's just more of a precautionary thing. I can't foresee Flash actually having thought that Bisu would legitimately go for a DT opening. That'd just be pretty ridiculous here. And Vulture coming out here, but gonna get completely stomped here. Not gonna be allowed to get any sort of a scout. And my throat is hurting me, and maybe I caught something while I was on vacation. That would suck. That would suck a lot. And it looks like these Vultures throwing down Spider Mines everywhere. He looks to be really, really concerned, Flash does. I'm surprised to see this many Spider Mines being thrown at his base, especially considering he has an engineering bay coming up. There's a lot of Spider Mines for defensive purposes. He must really think that some sort of a Reaver or DTs are coming his way, because that mine is actually very well positioned in order to take care of a Reaver that maybe try to drop there and pick off some SCVs or something like that. It's well positioned. But Bisu did not go for that kind of build. He's just going straight for this expansion, getting that observer out, seeing that base going up very, very early. So we'll probably actually even see Bisu try and throw up a third Nexus. We saw a pylon going down there at the 1 o'clock position or so, and so expect to see another Nexus kind of come up pretty soon here. Bisu knows that he's a little bit economically behind right now, so he needs to try and catch up or do damage, but he doesn't really have the build going for him to try and do counter damage. He's going to have to either try and win a battle, out Micro Flash, try and win a battle, pick off some tanks, something like that, or he's just going to have to throw up another expansion, try and catch up that way. If he tries to just stay on 2 base and try and go 2 base on 2 base, it's going to be real tough for him really to really do much of anything. It's going to be virtually impossible. We do have a Citadel coming down as well, so could be seeing a quick tech to Arbs here is definitely a possibility. Could also see something in terms of Templar tech is possible. Just probably I feel it's a little bit less likely here. Big engagement going in here. Not a lot of Dragoons, maybe about 7 Dragoons or so, picking off some of these Marines that are in the front. The tanks haven't been able to get too many hits in on the Dragoons yet, which is really good for Bisu. Although finally they're coming into play here, picking off a couple of the Dragoons. But overall, there Bisu did quite well, picking off a lot of the Marines before the tanks could really get too heavily into play here. Now Bisu's just fighting just doing a fighting retreat here. Needs to be really careful with these Dragoons. He's got some reinforcing Dragoons, but doesn't have a ton of gateways right now, pumping right now. He's able to pick off 1 tank, but loses 4 Dragoons in the process. And Bisu is just losing too many Dragoons. I think he really should have fought that retreat a little bit more. Should not have been really trying to pick off the tanks quite yet. That was just a little too early for him, and he's really going to pay the price. And it looks like Bisu's going to get contained here pretty heavily, and missile turrets coming up as well. Could very well see a tank crawl. Could see just a really strong contain here is very, very possible. And those mines also doing a little bit of damage. They're picking off a couple of Zealots. Very nice there. And these Vultures just going to be a nuisance. And observers are there, so these Spider Mines shouldn't do too much damage. But this is going to be a really tough contain for BC to break. He's producing units as well as he can, but these Vultures and these tanks are crawling forward. Missile turrets in support. DTs will not help Bisu right now. And Bisu is dead in the water right now. Vultures coming in here, going to pick off some probes as well. Bisu is dead in the water. Just going to delay now. Now he's just going to see if he can stay alive, see if he can maybe try and hold out just long enough to try and make Flash expend some more energy. That's really about the only hope he has right now, and it doesn't even look like he's going to be able to do that. Virtually his entire force is entirely dead right now, and Flash with just a great strategy here, a great build. I think it looked like fake FD to me, but yeah, it clearly wasn't an FD push at all. It was a weird kind of expand there. Looked like he expanded even before he even like researched siege is what it actually looked like. I'm not entirely certain on that, but that's what my inkling is, that he actually expanded before actually getting siege, and just was truly faking the FD. But it does look like Bisu is dead. Bisu is dead. It's just a matter of GG. And in Winners League, this is what often happens. You see players play this delaying game, gonna try and wear down Flashes just as much as he can. Pick off a tank here, pick off a tank there. See if he can just make this annoying for Flash, really. But this is one of the cool things about Winners League, is that you know it's going to be all of the best players for the teams coming out there at the end. Usually you'll see at most 2 players for a team that are maybe a little lesser known. So there's only going to be 2 Pumas that you'll ever see in a series for each team is usually about what you'll see, and then there's going to be 2 stalwarts for the team that are actually going to come out there and really try and come up with the win if those 2 fall. And that's how it usually goes for most teams here. And I'm not really sure what happened in the earlier sets of this, but I'm assuming that pretty much that's exactly what happened, because SKT did get a big lead, and Flash was really held out to the end. And there's GG from Bisu, so that's going to be that. And it looks like Flash is going to get at least 1 win. He needs 2 more now. And I'll see you in the next game. I actually went ahead and downloaded that one as well. It's going to be Flash and Fantasy. So we're going to have a nice little TVT coming up here, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next set.